Well, let's take a look at another conversation with Andrew Chamagero, the true taste of Ugandan coffee. My good friend Andrew Chamagero, a very good morning. Mrs. Martha Wandera, the executive director of Kimco Coffee, tells me her coffee is the best in the country. But from where you are, help me understand. Is that the best coffee in the country?
Well, thank you so much, Busiko. What I can tell you is that, like he says, that we have the best coffee in the world. I can't dispute that because it's a conversation Inspire Africa Coffee has done for the last previous years. If we had this conversation 3 years ago, there was just coffee. We had this conversation, and it was still on Morning at NTV, where we looked at coffee from the different aspect, and there was a trajectory. The then CEO, Nelson Tugume, said that we'll add more value to it. 3 years down the road, we are back at Inspire Africa, and this is what you can see. The coffee behind me, they're the plants. That's the coffee behind. Behind this stall, that's the coffee. And then this is the final product you see here and how it's made. Sebo, good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Your name, Sebo?
My name is Opio Allen, barista.
Opio Allen?
Yes, sir.
Do you love coffee?
I love coffee more than anything in the world.
Tell me about your experience with Ugandan coffee.
Well, the way you cook your favorite meal is the way I produce the best coffee, yeah? My experience with Ugandan coffee, I can't even tell. Coffee has been there for me. That's all I can say for now.
Well,
it's just the best thing. Yeah.
There you have it. Opio is one of those who actually tap into the value addition and the job creation that the coffee market brings. This is a lot more happening. This is more like Ethiopian and all that. Mr. Tait Tugume, join me. You can explain to us more about this.
Basically, good morning, Mr. Chamagero.
Good morning. Good to
It's
see you.
Good to see
After
you.
3 years.
Yes, yes.
Here we are.
And catching up on basically a cup of coffee.
Yes.
This morning and having a coffee discussion. You'll allow me to remove my mask if you don't mind.
Myself like this.
Thank you so much. Yes, and then we can be able to do. This is basically a coffee cart. And the coffee cart is where you find all the brewing and specialty coffees happening. Like I told you before, when we were together last year, we must make coffee available and affordable. So this cart can be able to go in the surroundings of Chikubo, can go in the surroundings of anywhere, because as you can see, it is a very small cart.
But it's movable.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
So this is where our young people, our youth are able to manage to be able to get everyone a coffee at an affordable price and making it available for everyone.
Absolutely.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Tugume, a lot more was said, but Uganda being one of those countries that have the best coffee, I see you engaging other countries.
Yes.
This is Ethiopia, like last time?
You know, coffee is a culture. Coffee is somewhere where it's a diverse of culture, and we go to Europe, we go to Ethiopia, we go to Eritrea, we go to Mexico, we go to the US to share. But anyway, today we are serving Ugandan coffee.
Ugandan coffee.
With our good friends from Ethiopia.
Good to see you.
Yes.
Good to see you. Happy to see you. There is something I need to talk about here. It's about the packaging. Packaging has always been an issue with African coffee, or products, if I should say. Over time, things have changed with regards to the way you're prevailing and availing as the coffee. This packaging, tell me more about it.
One is that, as you well know and we've discussed before, we're looking at the coffee diversity production, where the whole value chain is not just about growing the coffee and getting it away. No, that's why you have the packaged coffee, adding value addition. This is where the real money is.
This is where the real money is.
The real money is.
And how does I always look out for Montuwa and see how do the farmers then benefit on this and
Now,
the leakages involved?
Exactly, I hope this is what exactly we'll be discussing about. One of the things where Omuntuwa Wansi or the farmer can be able to get some increase on what they are getting right now is us adding this value addition. And the farmer knowing and understanding his coffee in the cup.
In the cup.
Once he understands that, then you will see the dynamics change.
Well, that's
the market disruption will happen. Soon you will be seeing other products as we go the other side.
Yes.
Coffee perfumes, coffee lotion, scrubs.
That's a conversation. Let's just sit and have that conversation. It seems to be there is a lot more diversity that is going on. Mr. Tugume is going to be joining us here to talk more about what coffee diversification is and a lot more that has happened over the years in the last couple of years where we had this conversation. Well, Mr. Tugume, one thing first, what inspired you into coffee over the years? I have known you for being very passionate and patent about this, but what was the trigger?
The dream was the one point I'd gone to the US, and I was at the White House, and I had to look for a Ugandan gift to take to the White House because I was coming from Asia.
Yes.
So I go to a coffee shop, and fortunately, I landed on Ugandan Kapchora coffee.
Nice.
I bought the half kilo that you saw there at $79.
Wow.
When I came back in 2013, I asked my mom, how much do we sell our coffee? She told me 4,000. And that's where my passion of coffee started from. That's how I got myself as a wholesale to go into coffee and change and disrupt the market system.
Absolutely. Now, what do you mean by enhancement? Earlier on, you alluded to the enhancement of coffee products diversity to increase, should I call it income? And then in one way or the other, plug into the job creation or the unemployment question being addressed.
Now, Chamagero, let me tell you one thing. Like I said, every farmer must start understanding their coffee from the cup. I'm happy to speak to you, private teachers, public teachers, all the people in the academia, that one thing that we must scrap in our curriculum is that coffee is a cash crop. Coffee has never been a cash crop. Coffee is a beverage. You start being killed at the primary age of primary 4, primary 2, that coffee is a cash crop. No, we are saying coffee is a beverage. And what do I mean then by say diversity, coffee diversity products for increased income? We are here at this small booth that we started sometime back with you, isn't it?
Yes.
Right now, as you can see, this booth right now is employing, this is a small booth, is employing 13 young people.
And how many of these do you have around the world, around the country?
Right now we have about 6 booths. We have 6 coffee shops, and we're expanding this with other partners coming on board. And this creation of jobs, that means that government will earn pay as you earn, will earn different government revenues. But when you just get the coffee as we think that's a cash crop and export it, how many jobs would you have created? Let me tell you something that you need to know. Did you know that coffee is the second traded commodity in the world after oil? Did you know that only America take 300 million cups a day? Can I tell you something very interesting? You see this cup? This cup that you see, just a cup, is a 64 billion industry in the United States. What does that mean if I just bring it down to ourselves? 8 times of our economy, all of our budget, just this cup. So what does this mean? That we are exporting our jobs. We are exporting our value addition. More data that you may want to know. Can I tell you something? 96% of our coffee that we export, we get close to $500 million. That's about 460 million US dollars. The 4% that remains here, this is intriguing. I want you to go and start.
I'm going to go more.
The 4% that remains here, you know what happens? If you count this at $50, of course this is not $50 in many coffee shops, but you get $388 million. Contributing, 4% contributing 1.3% to our GDP, 96% contributing 1.8% to our GDP. Even a blind man can see this. So what does this mean? We export our jobs, export the value, get the farmer to remain there because they do not understand the coffee they are growing. So unless we start understanding coffee from the cup,
we are losing
the farmer understanding coffee from the cup, getting out of the kitchen and get to the sitting room, then this is a gold crop.
Wow. That is Mr. Nelson Tugume, and we're still having a conversation about this. Now, there are a couple of things that he has actually talked about with regards to diversification. Over time, we have looked at coffee just as a beverage, and as he said, now we need to tap into the innovation. Mr. Nelson Tugume, take us faster into the innovations over time that have come. Last year you said by this year possibly innovation will be here. How far are we?
Like I said, the whole idea is diversity for job creation and increased income to the farmer. What are you talking about? You're talking about premium prices. You're talking about partnerships. Right now, let me announce that we've partnered with the National Coffee Research Institute, that's NACORI, to do some of the products that soon I'm going to be showing you, so that we can be able to put them out there in the market, so that everyone in the value chain, I know many of us have been told, especially ladies, I never want to talk about this, but I must talk about it. The ladies, when you take coffee, that you get dry. I've told the ladies before, if you're dry, you're dry. You need some help.
Yes.
But anyway, coming back to the point, is that this is a coffee shop.
Okay.
Right now,
That
it
is innovation now.
that's the innovation that we are undertaking with NACORI. NACORI is the National Coffee Research Institute. This is one of them. You will see this is a perfume.
Coffee perfume.
Yes, coffee
Wait a
perfume.
minute.
Yes.
Mr. Tugume, how does you want people to walk around when they're smelling coffee or something of the sort?
Yes.
Okay.
This is your lip balm.
Okay.
Coffee lip balm.
Coffee lip balm.
Yes.
Wow.
This is your coffee lip balm. You can coffee lip balm, eh?
It
With
is indeed
cocoa.
coffee. Yeah.
With cocoa. Yeah. This is your aftershave.
Wow.
Coffee aftershave.
This is innovation.
These are the different innovations that are coming. As you can see, this is the body lotion of coffee. You can check and tell me.
We're
Yes.
trying this out. Romeo, just so you know. Wow. Just so you know, this is something you ought to see.
Yes.
My colleague Romeo loves this a lot. I'm sure he'll actually enjoy it.
And these are the different lotions and the different innovations. So we are taking coffee to the next level,
Okay.
not just a cash crop. That thing from the curriculum, please, academia people, go and scrap that. We are continuing to kill our children if just coffee is known as a cash crop. And therefore, what do I mean? These are the latest innovations that are happening right now in the space. And what's the space? We are still in the lab.
Yes.
And soon we're going to be expanding them, as you've seen, the mobile coffee booths
Oh, yes.
that are happening. But can I say this, Mr. Chamagero? The most important thing about coffee is that it brings us together. Let's catch up for coffee.
Oh, yes.
I've seen so many
Oh, yes,
things.
there's so many texts that come through
Yes,
like that.
it's beyond the coffee we know. I've seen so many things happen in the coffee shop.
Deals are sealed in the coffee shop.
Deals are sealed. People get married.
Oh, yes.
People get engaged.
Yes.
People get so many things happen at the coffee shop. And therefore, friends, Ugandans, this is the time to start embracing the culture of coffee. By the way, before I forget, we have another innovation. You will see our cup, this one.
Inspire African
Yes,
coffee.
it has a QR code. It has a QR code.
Yeah.
If you have this cup, you will be able to have 100 cups
Of coffee.
of coffee at a half discounted price.
Okay, let's go slow here, Mr. Tugume.
Yes.
So where do I find the cup? As a Montwawansi, how do I buy the cup and at how much?
One is that we have the cup at all our outlets in Gulu, in Mbale, in Malaba, in Arua, in Lira, Twed Towers, at Post Office where we are today, and soon we'll be getting some of the outlets in Post Office. But I also wanted to explain that many people have thought that coffee, you must have very complicated machines. Peter, can I have just a plunger? Just give me a plunger and hot water. I want to just simply demonstrate to you how you can be able to make a coffee at your workplace, at your home, without necessarily having...
Stressing.
Yes. You know?
While we're waiting for it to be done,
Yes.
Mr. Tugume,
Yes.
what can we do better
I
as
need some coffee.
what can we do better as Ugandans as you're celebrating the International Coffee Day on the 1st of October, bringing it fast forward? What is our role to play? What is our call to action as citizens?
Now, our role to play, one is that we know that we have a gold crop. I'm going to give you some more facts. Uganda is the only country on earth that has 2 seasons in a year. We have some low-hanging fruits. Did I tell you something? When you go across Europe and the US and everywhere, Uganda is known for Robusta. Robusta is good for us because our Robusta is the best line for all other Robustas in the world. Meaning that our Robusta is the only Robusta in the world, or the finest Robusta, to blend all other coffees in the world.
Around the world.
But nevertheless, the world has gone to what you call Arabica. But we've not marketed our Arabicas. When I go in Europe, they say Uganda. When you say Uganda, they say Robusta, Robusta, Robusta. But can I tell you something intriguing? Combined Kenya, DRC, Sudan, not Sudan, Burundi, Rwanda, and Tanzania. We have more Arabicas than all those countries combined.
Wow.
But we are not taking that low-hanging fruit.
So that means our marketing strategy possibly is wanting.
So one, we must improve on our marketing strategy from the policy angle, from the government angle. I would like to see the president. Every time he's traveling, he has 50 kilos of Ugandan coffee.
Going with him?
Yes, on his jet. Every time he's giving, he has 5 kilos on his jet.
Wow.
I see every minister, when he's traveling, he has 5 kilos in his bag. All these government officials, they have 5 kilos in the bag. What do they have in their bags when they're traveling?
That's a question we need to talk about. Mr. Tugume, you're going to be demonstrating to us here. Remember, we're having a conversation about diversification in the coffee and the innovations that are involved. Inspire Africa has made perfumes. You've seen some perfumes here. We have scrub. We have aftershave. Busiku, there is lip balm here for you, and a couple of more other things. We have the cups that have codes under where you can actually get as many cups as you can. In the wake of celebration of the World Coffee Day, the International Coffee Day that was on 1st of October, we're trying to see how you can make coffee in office at your convenience, saying anytime. Mr. Tugume Nelson has entrenched himself more into the coffee conversation.
Now,
so take us through here.
Now, Mr. Chamagelo, in the first place, you make sure you go with this plunger to NTV. Every time I want to come to your table, I want to find this. You must well come with me a cup of coffee.
You'll surely
I know you've been to Europe, you've been to the US,
Yes.
you've been to Ethiopia.
Yes.
What well comes with a cup of coffee?
This, as small as this.
As small as this?
Yes.
What is the trick behind?
They're selling
What is the trick behind? I've never seen any plant in Europe. I've traveled the whole of Europe.
Yes.
I've seen just a small few plants in the south of the US. So meaning, where is all this coffee coming from?
It's here.
It's coming from here. Europe is pushing to about 400 million cups a day.
That's a lot.
We have 1.5 billion increasing to the middle class income across the world. So meaning, this is our gold crop.
It's not a
I've
cash.
told the government and I've told everyone, we even don't need oil if we can understand the coffee we have.
Wow.
So what do? You just have this French press,
Okay.
put your coffee, and it's brewing, and you brew, you know, as you brew, you're getting all the caffeine that you need and all the nutrients. And I will be later on sharing with you the health benefits of taking coffee. And we're going to take our coffee.
Okay, let's just take this little cup of coffee and then we'll take a break for now. But
This starts your day
this starts your day, okay?
and makes you happy. Can we toss?
Wow.
Yes.
Bino bye biruma abayaye. This is NTV, Morning at NTV. With me is Mr. Nelson Tugume, the CEO of Inspire Africa. We are having a coffee conversation. And if you're one of those Ugandans who doesn't believe or who doesn't possibly understand the trajectory you're trying to push, is how best we can make coffee a gold crop. This is Morning at NTV. We'll take a break and we'll be back shortly. Keep it here.